Hey, Nathan here from PHStudios, and welcome back to another website announcement. In this announcement video, I'm going to go through a list of upcoming tutorials that I will be releasing shortly throughout the next few months, and then I'll discuss what I've been doing for the past month while I was away. So I made a forum posting, and I posted it on my blog, the main website as well. For those of you that do not know, I've been working on a website project for my mom for the past month. So I have not been able to release any tutorials since the last Tower Defense Engine tutorial. So that's where I've been. I've been working on that website for the past month, and it's ready to go live. And I just made the first tutorial today. Today is the 13th, so I'm going to release this video announcement first, and then I'll release the tutorial later tonight. Okay, so here is a list of existing tutorials. These are the tutorials I will be doing. These are not like candidates. These are tutorials I will be doing. May not be a month from now, but it will be in the next few months. You will see one of these tutorials. If you want to see more, let me know, and just post a comment or let me know which ones you want to see. Some, I've read a lot of comments. Some of these are from comments. Some of these are from emails. And I'll just go through the list. So, one of the main XNA ones will be porting a game to the Windows Phone. So we have a game for the Windows side, and we want to port that for the Windows Phone environment. Another one will be parallax scrolling. You know how the background is scrolling differently than the foreground, so that gives us a little parallax effect. Another one will be a 2D skeletal animation that is using a joints or bones with a combination of keyframes to make a smooth animation. And a few C# tutorials that people just had questions about and wanted me to cover. One of those will be discussing how to debug. You know, a lot of people send me they have an issue with their program and they don't know what's going on, and 90% of it can be fixed by debugging, and that's what I do to find the issues. And I just want to share my experience. That way you don't have to wait for me to respond, and you can take out a step for me to work on and that kind of thing. I just want to share my experience with you so you can debug yourself and learn something. Now, I don't mind if you send me some stuff, but I do have a full-time job, and I might not get to it immediately. So if you don't feel like waiting on me, this debugging might prove useful for your issues that you want to resolve. Another thing is a few people were not sure how C# does pass by reference, pass by value, that kind of thing. So that'll be another tutorial. Somebody wants me to go in depth on object-oriented programming, so I'll discuss encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. And then I'll discuss things like using abstract classes and stuff like that. Somebody did want me to do a quick tutorial on how I made the PNG files for the maps tutorials, and that will be a Photoshop tutorial. And then a whole more list of XNA ones, like saving in XML for the Windows Phone. This will be similar to what we're doing in the Tower Defense game series. There will be a camera update to have particle effects on the camera, like you're walking in the snow, and just like if you wear glasses, you walk in the snow and you get it drops on your glasses, so you get a little smudge on your glasses. So that will be a cool tutorial to do. Both static loading and animation loading screens. So we'll just have the top one, this one will just have a picture. It'll just say loading, that's it. The other one will have like a loading animation, you know, like some game element in your game is like shooting something else, or some games have like a playable pawn while it loads, so you can extend on that. But I'm just going to do a basic animation, like a loading animation, like a rotating the logo or something like that. Just some animation to see that you're not stuck staring at a boring screen for 20 seconds or however long the game takes to load. And then dynamic loading. This, I'm sure most of you have played Minecraft, so this is going to take that style of approach where we have a 2D level. I'm going to extend my maps tutorials. You're going to have a 2D level. It's going to be a very long level. When you get close to the end, it's going to add the next level, or it's going to add the next portion of that level. So instead of having a loading screen, it'll dynamically load that in another thread, so you can still play while it's loading the next part of the level. A lot of games do this. You'll see a lot of games, load, especially with graphics. You'll see a lot of games load like the core terrain, the pattern where we have grass. You have the basic 2D graphics on the grass, and then after all that's loaded, you'll see the three-dimensional grass appear. Some games like MMOs, World of Warcraft, Star Wars, The Old Republic does that. And then we'll have input text boxes, like a JavaScript text box or a HTML text box or a Windows Form text box. We'll add that to a dedicated XNA input text box. It'll be using the screen system, and we'll have a input text box that way. Key combinations. Let's say you want to have cheat codes in your game, so you press QQ123 and you'll get like infinite ammo. So we'll discuss that in the key combinations. And then we'll have a Gaussian blur shader and code, and I'll discuss that as well. Now, I was not sure about continuing the artificial intelligence series, but a few people wanted me to continue, so that's what I'm going to do. I will continue the artificial intelligence series. And I am also working on the Tower Defense game series. So, that's a list of tutorials that I will implement. And now a couple of complaints with my videos I want to address. One of those is the tutorials that I have the code finish and I discuss about the algorithm. Some people want more logic added to that, so I'm going to add more video overlays to give you more logic. Take a look at my 2D collision video and you'll see what I mean by video overlay. I use it's not Visual Studio, it's not a website, but I use After Effects and create animations, and it goes along with what I'm talking about to create a video overlay on what the algorithm is doing when I speak. So that will be one of the changes that I'll do. And if you're not into that much logic, I guess you can just skip it. And it'll be a black screen. It'll pretty much always be a black screen with rectangles, squares, game elements added to it. So you'll know when to stop and start again. I guess I could always, in the YouTube videos, I guess I could always add a call out or something to say video overlay ends at time 13 minutes 50 seconds, for example. And then you go to 13 minutes 50 seconds. If you do not want to learn about all the in-depth logic stuff, you just want to learn about the algorithm and how to use it. Another one of the complaints are like my series. And it's not really a complaint, it was a suggestion that at the end of each video, they want to have the downloadable version of it. So, when I work on a tutorial for you guys in like a tower defense series. I perform some changes to the code, and then that'll be it for that video. Those changes, people want me to save those changes and release a downloadable version of the code after that video, so they can quickly follow to the next video. That way, if they want to learn a specific part of the process, if they want to jump into tutorial 7, they can download the final result from tutorial 6 and watch tutorial 7 and continue on from there. So I'll try to do that. I will not be doing that for the new tower defense tutorial today, but for future ones I will try to do that and keep it updated. Okay, so this is a list of video tutorials. They are not in any specific order. I might release Gaussian blur tomorrow and C# debugging next week. I might release key combinations 2 months from now. So it's not in any specific order, but these are the list of tutorials that I will end up doing at some point in the next few months. Okay, if you have any more suggestions, C#, XNA, Photoshop, After Effects, GarageBand, anything you want to see, just let me know. For XNA, try to keep it two-dimensional. I don't have that much time to dive into 3D modeling and all that stuff, so I like to keep it two-dimensional. I've been working on Photoshop for going on 7-8 years now, so it's a lot quicker for me to open up Photoshop and create a two-dimensional image for a random tutorial than it is for me to open up Blender or 3D Studio Max and create a detailed 3D model and use that. I will go into 3D programming at some point, probably not until the start of next year though. So for now, keep the tutorials two-dimensional, and yeah, just let me know if you have any suggestions. So I'm back to creating at least 1 or 2 tutorials a week. So that's it for this video. I appreciate everybody waiting while I work on the website for my mom, and that might take some time to, growing pains while the site goes live and stuff like that, but I will shoot for 2 tutorials a week regardless of any issues that come up with the website. I'll create like a backlog of tutorials if I have to. So anyway, stay tuned for a tutorial. After this one is uploaded, you should have a Tower Defense game tutorial. Episode 1, Introduction, should be uploaded at the same time as this. And tomorrow, the 14th, I will release 1 or 2 more for you guys. And I have the Gaussian blur code finished and ready to go, so I might as well get that tutorial out of the way instead of waiting. So I'll probably release that tomorrow. If I don't, I'll probably release 2 more game series, trying to get that going and finished quickly. Alright, so I hope you enjoy the new tutorials, and I'll see you next time.